Alright guys, welcome back to JavaScript algorithms and data structures certification. We're doing learn introductory JavaScript by building a pyramid generator. This is step 17, and you can watch the other steps, the previous steps in my last video. So now step 17, it says we can also perform subtraction, multiplication, division. So when we are ready to move on, we could do it. So let's just try to divide, we'll do times, and those still print out 8. Okay, so we're good with that. We'll just remove the console log. And now step 18. So it says programming has a lot of data. We gotta manage it. So one of the most basic data structures is an array. So to use an array, we use these two square brackets. And this is example code. And so now we're gonna declare a rows variable and assign an empty array. So in step our line 3, we're gonna declare let rows, and that's going to be equal to an empty array, which is the brackets. So now step 19, when an array holds values or elements, those values are separated by commas. So we have two values or elements or indexes inside this array. So we're going to change our rows declaration to be an array with the string Naomi, Quincy, and Chan. So in here, we can add the string Naomi, and then we're going to separate it by a comma like we said. We have Quincy, and separated by a comma again. Then we're going to have Chan, just like this. So now we're going to use the index, and the first, so in this array, the first index over here, it always starts with 0. So to access Naomi, well, we use array 0. So in this case, rows, and then this 0, bracket 0. I will take Naomi out. And we could just, it wants us to console log that. So we do console.log, since we want Naomi, the first index out of the rows, we could do rows. And then we have the square brackets, and like we said, the first index always starts with 0, and the second one will be 1, and third one will be 2. So like we saw, we see Naomi. Now for step 21, it says we're going to learn about array. So arrays, they are considered mutable, which means that we could change value at the index directly. So for example, in this case, we'll assign a number 25 to the second element, just like this. So this is 0 and this is 1. So the 2 over here, so 2 is equal to 25. So we're going to update the third element of our rows array to be the number 10, and then print the rows to the console. So in order to do this, we're going to do rows, and we want the third index, so the third element, which is going to be 2. This starts on 0, and then that's going to be equal to number 10, so no quotes needed. And then we get a console.log rows, just like this. Excuse me, just like this. Okay, so now step 22, it says notice how value inside rows has been changed. We can mute it, so it's mutatable. So we can use the length so the rows, so we have a length property which returns the number of elements in an array. So what we are going to do over here says update our rows to dynamically access the last element of the array. So in order to do that, we need to get the rows length. So rows dot length, and then this will be -1, and this will return the last element of the array with this code. Now step 23, for now we're going to remove the first console log. So we're going to remove this console log on line 4, and then we're going to end our rows and rows.length -1 assignment, and we're going to leave the second rows log, Okay, so now step 24. Start by declaring cities variable. So we're gonna start by declaring a cities variable. So let cities is equal, initialize it as an array of the strings London. So we're gonna have London, New York, and Mumbai. And then we're gonna console log the variables. Console.log cities, just like that. And then after logging, change the last element of cities to the string Mexico City. So in order to do that, we're gonna do cities, and then we're gonna get cities dot length and -1, which will get the last element and which we're gonna reassign to Mexico City. And then we're gonna log, and then we're gonna log cities again, just like this. Everything is correct. Oh, alright, so now for step 25, we're gonna remove all the code from the previous steps. So line 7 through 4, we just remove. And now step 26, we will. So the length property used in the last step was a method in JavaScript. So it's associated with certain values or objects. For example, we already encountered the log, and which is part of the console object. So methods are part of objects. And we're gonna first thing we're gonna explore. So arrays have their own methods, and first thing we're gonna explore is the push method. So the push method allows us to push a value to the end of the array. So place a value at the end of the array, like we add number 12 to the end of the array. So it's an example code. So we're gonna array.push 12. This will be at the end of the array. So we're gonna do use push a method on the array rows to add the string to the end of our rows array. So we can do rows. So when you use it, so in the example code it says to get array.push. So we need an array here. So we have an array called rows.push, and then parentheses, and then inside the parentheses we're gonna have FreeCodeCamp, and this will be in the back, next to camper chat, just like here. So now step 27 and the last step, and you can find the next steps in my next video, or the previous steps in my previous video. So yeah, this is my so step 27. Another method essential for object is pop, and then pop is the opposite of push, and pop removes the last element of the array and returns the element. So we're going to create a new variable called popped. So on line 5 we could do let popped, and we're going to assign it the result of rows.pop. So we do row.pop, and then we could do console.log popped, just like this. It says row is not defined. Oh, rows. It should be rows on line 5. It's like this. And this removes the last element. So yeah, you can find step 28 in my next video, which will be coming up tomorrow. Thank you.